What's up guys, Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Master Duel video, and today we're just going to be talking about Bird Up, the Tribrigade Lyrilusc strategy. This deck's really cool. It's really good. It's what I played in TCG during the last format, for the last couple months, 3 or 4 months, and deck's really good. Deck's really good. It's very consistent. It's very strong. It's one of the better combo decks that you can play. Of course, a lot of people like the Tribrigade Zoo a lot more. In this current format, just because it deals with things like Max C a lot better. The Zoo engine is really strong. It pretty much just makes Zeus every time, which is really good. Multiple, material Zeus that does stuff along the way. But we're not talking about the Zodiac engine today because that's not in the list. We're playing the Lyrilusc Tribrigade strategy, and it's pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Before we do, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. It makes a big difference. And if you do buy physical TCG cards, I have a TCG player affiliate link in the description down below. Just click on it and then shop and then check out, and it directly supports the channel, costing you no extra. So I do really appreciate that. Anyway, let's get into the actual list. So if you guys don't know, this deck, it was dominating TCG for a little while, and of course Max C makes it a little weird because the deck can't really put up like mini interruptions or anything under the Max C. So if Max C resolves, it's really rough. This deck could play Crossout Designator if you want to, but the triple Ash double called by is still pretty sufficient. That's what I've been playing the majority of the time for combo decks, and it works pretty well, but it could be changed. Also, there's a couple other changes that could be made to the deck and a couple budget options that we'll talk about at the end of the video, or later in the video. So just, stay tuned for that if that's something you care about. Anyway, into the deck. So the Lyrilusc strategy, if you don't know, it's all about spamming out level 1 goobers that just get advantage. They search and stuff. So this one's the main one, Warbler. It's a Cyber Dragon effect where if you have no monsters on your field, you can special summon it. And then when it's special summoned, you can special summon another bird from your grave or hand. So you usually special this guy, which searches a level 1 winged beast, which can be any of these cards to continue playing. So this one usually, or the Nerval that gets you into the Tribrigade strategy. So these two decks just synergize so beautifully together that it works so well. It really works so well. And then you have other guys that focus on summoning and stuff, and then of course you have the Tribrigade engine that focuses on link spamming and link climbing to end on some really absurd boards. And I'll show you guys some of the boards that this thing can end on, and it's pretty disgusting for sure. So anyway, let's get into the actual deck profile. So starting off, we have the 1 DD Crow. This is searchable by this card and Recital Starling in the X deck, so it's a very searchable, good good hand trap. It's not as crazy in this as it was in the TCG because of the DPE, the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, the hero package. It was really powerful for banishing that guy, so it didn't come back every turn because that card's really sticky. But we don't have that, so DD Crow is a little less powerful, a little less impactful, but it's definitely still a great card in the meta. For sure, it's good against Drytron. It's good against the virtual. Well, it's not very good against the virtual strategy. It can hit like Shen, which can be cool, or when they go for a Cloud Castle play, it can be cool for that as well. Other best decks, Tribrigade Zoo. It's not bad against Tribrigade. It's pretty good in the mirror match because when they activate the Barrel Canary, targeting a guy in the graveyard to special summon them both back. If you banish the target, this guy fizzles in hand. It just chills, and it's a hard once per turn, and so it's really good in a lot of matchups for sure, but it is kind of bad in a lot of matchups. But it's also insane against Eldritch. Hit the Eldritch guy, it's pretty good. Hit Engine is just pretty solid. Against Invoked, they go activate Invocation with the Alistair and Grave. You can just DD Crow that Alistair, and that is really powerful. It stops that. I mean, obviously there's just Invocation to add the Alistair back, but it's still really good. So there's a lot of applications for DD Crow. But yeah, this card's pretty good, and it's searchable by the deck, so it's very good. Triple Cobalt Sparrow, this is the main, this is one of the main ones. Like I said, when this guy's special summon, you search a level 1 Winged Beast, so you can get into your Tribrigade engine. You can get this guy, which is an extender, and actually a big piece of the play. And then you also have Barrel Canary that you can search, which can be an extender. So a lot of different pieces that you can get with this card, which is pretty good because it's very strong. The 2 Sapphire Swallow, I'm playing 2 right now. I like playing this card at 1, but if you're playing the Triple Desires, which I am, I like to play 2 just because if you do hit it, it is a necessary piece for the combo. So if you start off with Desires and don't have a play, it kind of sucks to lose that card. You want to have access to that card. So 2 is pretty sufficient. And then I played 3 Warbler. This is the best one in the deck. It's Cyber Dragon. The special is another. It's an instant Recital, which is insane because then Recital gets you the Swallow, and then with any other name in your hand, any other level 1 bird in your hand, you can special summon it again, and then special another from your hand, and then make the second Recital, and then go into the F-Zero play. That's how you make the F-Zero before you get Nibiru'd and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. It does play into the 5 summons, so like they Nibiru right when you make the second Recital Starling, but then you just normal summon a Tribrigade card and then play the game, like actually play the game, because that's all without your normal summon. So it's really goofy that like it's so good. It's just so good. So yeah, that's the bird package, or the main like birds, and then we have the triple barrel canary as well for the bird package. This card, you can special summon itself and a guy from grave. But it does target, so like I said, if you DD Crow, the target, it fizzles in hand. But the reason this card is like weird is because it locks you into Xyz for the rest of the turn. So this has to be the last thing you do. You have to do it after your Tribrigade engine. If you do it before, then you won't be able to use your Tribrigade engine like efficiently. So 3 is good because of Desires, but you can cut this card to 2 if you want to. But I do like it a lot. It is also like kind of a starter if you have like Fractal to dump a guy or Foolish Burial or something. But yeah, the card's really good at 3. I like it at 3. Preferred at 3. Then I played 2 Celestine, Wagtail. This card could also be dropped to 1. Honestly, it's not too insane. It's very similar to Cobalt Sparrow, where if it's special summoned, you can search. But instead of searching a level 1 Winged Beast, you can search a Lyrilusc Spell or Trap, which this is the only one we're playing, the Bird Call. And Bird Call is just Rhoda or Foolish Burial. And then special a different guy from your hand. It's crazy. It's not Rhoda. It's not just Rhoda because it has like 3 different effects that it could use. But it's really powerful. So yeah, that is the monsters of the bird engine, and then we'll talk about the bird call. 3 bird call because it's Rhoda, but that can also be Foolish Burial, which can play around Droll. That's a little less of a thing here in this meta because not many people are playing Droll because of best of 1. It's not that great against a lot of decks. But when you do run into it, this would be good because you can Foolish Burial and then special the Warbler, so you can play around Droll a little. But really, it's going to be searching a monster most of the time. It's going to search one of these 2 pieces that you don't have, most likely. And then its other effect is after you search, you can special summon a Lyrilusc from your hand with a different name. So if you search the Warbler, you can special a different guy. You're usually just going to search like Warbler and then special Warbler, or, special the Warbler, do the play, and then special this, and then later and search the bird call, and then you can search a different thing and then potentially extend with it. Usually you don't use the secondary effect of it, but it's there for when it is good. So it's cool. So yeah, that's the bird cards. Let's talk about the Tribrigade engine. So then we played the triple Nerval, triple Fractal, the 1 Kit, and 1 Karass. This is the standard ratio you'll see. You play triple Nerval because it's the best thing that bridges the 2 decks together, or the 2 archetypes together. And then you also play triple Fractal because this also bridges the 2 decks together really well. If you don't know what they do, so Nerval is a level 1 Winged Beast, so it obviously works very well with the bird up or the Lyrilusc strategy. It just synergizes immaculately. But Nerval also has the secondary effect, or like 2 real effects, where it first off has the Tribrigade effect where, once per turn you can banish any amount of guys from your grave to link summon X that level. So if you banish 3 guys, you can special summon a link 3, which is usually going to be like your play for some Morg, or you banish 2 for Baron Blossom, or Fergie the Baron Blossom, which is also really, really powerful for an extender. So yeah, the Tribrigade effect is really good. Every one of these Tribrigades has that effect, by the way, just so you know. But they all have a secondary effect as well. Nerval's is when it's sent to the graveyard, or if it's sent to the graveyard, you can search a Tribrigade name, which is very, very good because you typically, so the typical play is special summon Turquoise Warbler, special summon the Cobalt, search the Sapphire, overlay the 2 for the Recital, and then detach that to search the Nerval, and then you special the Swallow and the Nerval to make a second Recital Starling, and then you search, whatever you need, maybe an extender, maybe a hand trap if you already have it, and then you overlay those 2 for the F-Zero, and you get a Nerval search, which can get a Tribrigade name, which you normal summon then. So it's a really, really powerful play that, like, it's incredibly powerful. It's, like, incredibly powerful. So that's, like, the main core of the deck, is that core. And then we play the triple Fractal. Fractal can discard itself or send it to the graveyard from the hand or field to Foolish Burial or dump a level 3 or lower Winged Beast. So, or like Beast or anything. So a lot of the time you just send the Cobalt Sparrow if you already have access to the Warbler. But a lot of the time you can also send the Kit and then the Nerval, and then you can search a Tribrigade name, normal summon it, and then go into your Link 3 play, or your Link 2. So these 2 just like bridge the deck together really, really well. And then the one kit is there essentially for the Oath play, but I'm not playing the Oath play in this deck. If you don't know what that does, it essentially just plays around droplets, Forbidden Droplets, or Dark Ruler No More, cards like that, Chalice. It negates a spell, really what it does. It negates a spell drop. But I'm not playing that because your opponent has to like not have any hand trap, and this deck gets hand trapped. A lot of people are playing hand traps. So I'm playing the one kit really just to like send with this for the name. But honestly, you could probably get away with cutting this card. I wouldn't recommend it, but you probably could. And then the one Karass as the extender, it's part of the play. You'll search it later in the combo, and then discard to essentially have a double Dragon Lords as well, which is a compulse, essentially, like a bounce, quick play. So yeah, all these are needed. This is the preferred ratio is the 3 Nerval, 3 Fractal, 1 Kit, and 1 Karass. So it's pretty standard. That's all the core. That's the engine cards. And then we played some staples, the triple Maxi, the triple Ash for the hand traps. That's really the standard thing that you're going to see a lot of the time. Maxi's cracked. It's insane. It's, you know, you're misplaying if you're not playing this card. And then Ash stops the Maxi. That's really why it's there. And then we played the triple Quad Buy as well, mostly to stop Maxi. Maxi's a big thing. And then the triple Pot of Desires as well, just to draw, because the deck, you know, sometimes can brick. You know, playing 2 different engines, and if you see only one, it's like a lot weaker, but if you see like a heavy bird engine, then it's really strong still. But if you just see Tribrigade, it's kind of weak a lot of the time. And then we play the one Avian. This is what you do on the end phase. The length 3 can special summon one from your deck, and you special summon this guy because it's an Omni Negate that bounces itself. It's incredibly powerful. And then this is on every end phase. You can special summon it back on their end phase, which is pretty crazy if it lives. So very, very strong. Then we played the triple Droplets, rounding off the 40 card main deck. Droplets just really strong in the format. You know, you have a lot of things like Herald of Ultimateness. You have the boards that this deck can build. You have the boards that Virtual World can build. You have the boards that Tribrigade Zoo makes. Droplets just a good card. I like it a lot. It really just improves going second. So that's the main deck. I don't think I would change anything here. There's, you know, you could maybe get away with cutting one of this. You could maybe get away with cutting one of this. Maybe get away with cutting one of this. Maybe get away with cutting one of this. If you want to play like some different stuff, some spice. And you also don't have to play Desires, but I like it, and it feels pretty free in the deck because, like, you know, you're just playing really high ratios of every card in the deck. So, you know, the only thing that like feels bad to hit off Desires, other than like hitting 2 or 3 of a card, is hitting the Karass. It's like kind of bad. But overall, pretty good. The other day when I was playing this at locals, at like my real IRL locals for current TCG, I activated Desires and hit 6 out of 8 of my Tribrigade names, and I was like, alright, you know, whatever, that happens. So yeah, that's the main deck. Extra deck, the F-Zero package, the first one, and then the Draco for the main play, you know, the double recital into a monster negate's very strong. Not to mention this card is also can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, which is stupid. This card is just insane. It's like insanely strong. The rest of the cards, we played the one assembled Nightingale. This card attacks directly, which is important to make Zeus. It essentially just lets you make Zeus very easily. Also, this card can prevent its destruction. You can detach, quick effect, detach, and then until the end of this turn, your guys can't be destroyed by your Lyrilusc monsters can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. Also, you take no damage, which is like really cool. So this card's like, it can be defensive, but usually you just summon it, attack direct, and then make Downward Magician, and then make Zeus. And if your opponent has potential interrupts, you make Zeus because it's still going to be a 4 material Zeus because of the 2 guys. Actually, it's not. Sometimes you have to make it like just to pop the entire field, like remove the entire field. But yeah, Zeus is just such a powerful card that like Nightingale into Downward Magician into Zeus is just incredibly strong. Then we played the one Ensemble. This card's insane. This card is the reason I build the deck at first. It's so strong. So first off, not once per turn. Keep that in mind because Yu-Gi-Oh cards that aren't once per turn are just inherently broken. So this card says, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach one and bounce it. Doesn't sound too insane in paper, but once you hear not once per turn, it's ridiculous. And the fact that this deck makes a 4 material Ensemble very easily, it's disgusting. So the play there is at the end, your last thing you do is you special summon the Barrel Canary, special summoning the Sapphire Swallow from your grave, and then when Sapphire Swallow is overlaid with, it can attach another Lyrilusc from your grave, so then you attach any random guy. And then if you have the Celestine Wagtail in the graveyard as well, you can attach it to a Lyrilusc Xyz that you control for free, just once per turn. So that, ends on a 4 material ensemble, which is just disgusting. Next, we played the one Almirage. This essentially just makes it so that if you only draw Nerval or Kit as your play, you can normal summon it, link it off, and then search Harass, which can then, open up into a new play, a little further play, which is good. Then you can discard a card, special summon the Harass, and then banish the 2 for Baron Blossom, and then link up into the Simorgh if you can get another Winged Beast on the field, which you can a lot of the time. So yeah, Almirage is just there really as a play there. Something you can do. It's pretty solid. Then the one Double Dragon, this is really powerful just as your ending board. You make the Harass and then you summon this guy, so it's just an additional interruption, which is really powerful. The one Farajit, some people play 2. I don't think 2 is necessary. You make the 1 and it's probably fine. This card's just gas. It's just really good. It's a link 2 that you summon, and then its effect once per turn you can special summon a guy from your hand, a level 4 or lower, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast. And then continue playing. So you usually just special summon a Tribrigade and continue playing, but you can also special a bird, and it activates all of these effects, these 3 monsters, which is crazy. So Farajit is really good. And then the one Simorgh, end on the Avian. The Appaloosa is just a strong, multiple negates that you can put on your end board. Just slap it on, and it's really good. And then I played 2 Shirag. This is, you could get away with 1, but I really like playing 2. A lot of the time, for the Oath play, you would make 1 on the first turn, but since we're not using that, you could probably get away with playing 1. You can cut it. You could play an access code. That could be good. But if you play the access code, I would recommend playing the Doom Eagle, which is 2 spots, which I wouldn't want to cut 2 cards in my extra deck for. So I like the double Shirag. I just think it's really good. You can play access code without the Doom Eagle, but it's kind of hard because you can't link up to it efficiently with a link 3. So it's kind of weird. And then the other card that you could cut this for is Harpy Conductor. I'll show you that card. Harpy Conductor. It's a weird effect. So this guy really, the effect doesn't really matter. The fact that you can special summon it by linking, or you can use a Tribrigade effect. If you only have 2 guys in the grave to banish for it, you can special summon the Conductor and then link the Conductor plus whatever Tribrigade guy for the Simorgh on turn 1. That's really the only thing that Harpy Conductor really does, because you need a Winged Beast, including a Winged Beast monster. And if you link into the Farajit, it's a beast. So if you use, Fractal, banish 2 for the Farajit, you can't link into the Simorgh from there. So that's why this is good. So you could get away with cutting 1 and putting this in, but I prefer the second Shirag over it, because you go into late game sometimes, and the second Shirag is just what you want to have. It really is. So that is the deck. That is the main deck. That's the extra deck. I wouldn't really change that much, but if you do want to change things, Pot of Prosperity is a good card that you could play in the main. You could swap over Desires for that if you want to. I see a lot of people like Prosperity more than Desires. And of course, now in the TCG, since Desires went to 1, people are playing Pot of Prosperity. But I don't really see it needed in this deck. But yeah. Anyway, that is the deck profile. I'm going to pull this up on Dueling Book, and we're going to do a test hand, and I'm just going to show off some combos that this deck can do, and it's pretty disgusting. It really is. So let's get into that. All right, we are in some test hands. Let's do some test hands, just see where the deck can go. Also, by the way, made a note while I was transitioning over to Master Duel, or from Master Duel over to the Dueling Book, and I had my old deck, and I forgot a couple of cards that should be probably played. 1 for 1 is a really good card that can be played as well, and so is Tanky. Both those cards are good. Tanky can search Fractal, which is a big piece of the deck, and then also 1 for 1 is kind of just super free. So yeah, just some other tech cards, some other cards that you could play instead of maybe some cards or something. I don't know what is going on with Dueling Book today. Nothing is loading at all. Look at my deck. It's empty. It's weird. There's no sleeves or anything, and same with the extra deck, but who cares, right? Anyway, let's get into the actual deck, let's get into a combo. So we have Bird Call and Fractal here, so I'm not even going to use his Desires because we have full combo right here. So we're going to go ahead and activate that, go ahead and get us a Warbler to the hand, and then we're also going to use the Fractal effect to send it to the graveyard to Foolish Burial a Cobalt Sparrow to the grave. So that is all well and good. We're going to go ahead and special summon this dude, and then special summon... What was that? What was that? No? Okay, alright, that was weird. You guys saw that, right? I don't know what that was. Maybe like Dueling Books trying to make it look more like Master Duel and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to overlay those, and it's not working, man. It is being very, very slow and weird today. I don't know. Hopefully it's fine. But yeah, then we detach. I like detaching this guy. It doesn't really matter, though. Just in case like your opponent stops this, so you can go into Tribrigade combos, but my hand didn't even like happen for that anyway. But this guy's just like a less meaningful card in the graveyard than the other one, because the other one like has an effect. This one doesn't really. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead, and since I already have the Swallow, here you would usually search Swallow, but we're going to go and get a Nerval to the hand. You get whichever one of those two pieces you don't already have. You're going to go ahead and special summon this guy out, using its effect to special summon another one as well. We're going to overlay those two for a second recital styling here. And the thing here, my opponent would Nibiru if they have one, but in Master Duel, you don't really have to worry about Nibiru too much. It happens, for sure, but not that frequently. So we're going to go ahead and search a Barrel Canary. Here you could search DD Crow as well, or the Celestine Wagtail. Any of those could be a good search. I'm going to search Barrel Canary. We're just going to be doing the bare minimum combo here for sake of, testing. And then the Nerval is also going to trigger because it was sent to the graveyard. And we're going to get ourselves a Fractal. You can get really any summon here, really any of them. A lot of the, if you're doing the Oath play, you get Kit. But like I said, I'm not playing the Oath play. So yeah, we're going to get the Fractal here, and then we're going to overlay these two, which is really goofy looking on here. We have to detach them. I forgot to detach them. So let's go ahead and detach those guys because they just fall off to the graveyard. Special summon this guy, and then we overlay this guy. And now we have a big negate. I like to move him over here because I just like to have the zones here. But yeah, this guy's really good. Monster negate. Now I'm pretty much free to play the game. Like, essentially. Unless, like, imperm, but they probably would have impermed already. So, we're pretty much free to play the game. So now we have a normal summon Fractal still, and a special summon Barrel Canary. Obviously, we're not going to do this just yet, because, we have to play the game. So we're going to go ahead and Fractal. We could banish 3 here for the Samorg, which is what I'm going to do, because, like I said, I'm doing the bare minimum combo. But if we played like a little differently, if we had some different stuff, so we're going to banish 3. But if we had some different stuff, we could special the Baron Blossom and then special summon a different name from the hand to get a little bit of additional value. Like if we search the Wagtail, which is actually what we should have done. So I'm just going to fix that real quick. Just like for the sake of the combo, we're going to search the Wagtail. Actually, no, we're going to just stick with it, right? We're just going to stick with it because like I don't want to make it weird. So we're just going to do this. So this is not what we're making. Crazy guy. Special summon this dude. And then we have this effect to special summon itself and another name from the graveyard. So we will be special summoning this in defense. Yeah, I misplayed. That was definitely the better play to make. The other play that I was saying. But it's okay. This is still a very, very strong combo. So we're going to overlay this guy now. And then this will attach itself. So we'll special summon this guy because you have to do it weirdly on here. But then overlay this and then move this over to here. And then, as you see here, we have this on the end phase. So we'll move to the end phase. And then the Samorg will activate, special summon us a Avian. Wherever he is. There he is. Special summon here. So then, as you see here with this hand, now that was just 2-card combo. Like that was a 2-card combo. Okay, 3 cards because I had one of the names already, the Swallow or the Nerval, and we didn't like. Yeah, but it's insane. Like that's so insane. It's so dirty, man. Look at this combo. So we have Draco Future, which is a monster negate. We have Ensemble, which is 3 special summon bounces. We have Samorg that makes this untargetable and this untargetable. So if my opponent like chalices or something, they can't do it. They have or imperm. They can't chalice or imperm either of these monsters, which is stupidly good. Essentially, they have to have droplets for this. Like to out this combo. And then we also have Avian, which is an Omni negate by bouncing itself. And then we also have Ash Blossom in hand. And Pot of Desires, which would have drawn 2 cards as well, which is crazy. So banish 10. Get them out of here. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And then we draw 2 cards. So yeah, of course we get called by and a follow-up, which was crazy. So huge board. Now, if I made it correctly, we would have the bird call as well, which would be an additional follow-up. Or actually, we wouldn't have that as well. We would just have the barrel canary, like just normal. But we would have special the Celestine, so we would have searched one more card, filtered one more card out of the deck. And the Baron Blossom would have also drew us a card and then put back one. So we would have seen 2 additional cards, which could have been, you know, one card would have been could have been a hand trap or something, or maybe a droplets to set as a trap. But yeah, and then this guy would also be a 4 material instead of 3. So I did whiff the combo a little bit. It's been a little while. You know, I played it like 2 weeks ago for the first time in like a month. I took like a break from TCG for like a little while, but yeah. Anyway, that's the combo. It's gross. It's disgusting. Like, this deck's insane. So yeah, very, very strong combo deck in Master Duel as well. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It makes a really big difference. It really does. And if you shop TCG, use my TCG affiliate link. It costs you no extra, and it really supports the channel. Anyway, that is it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good week, and goodbye.